Welcome to Prep Rally, brought to you by the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. It was Big Tuesday across the region as a full slate of prep basketball games finally was played without interruption on Tuesday night. And we'll start today's show in Class 6A, where the Red Dogs of Springdale are riding high following their 60-52 overtime win at Bentonville in a 6A West clash. Now, the Red Dogs got two huge games from a pair of freshmen. Cortland Muldrew hit a game-tying three-pointer with 8.5 seconds left to force overtime. Then he scored 8 points in the extra period. And fellow freshman Isaiah Seeley, he finished with 16 points for Springdale. Springdale coach Jeremy Price, he was all smiles after the game and said his young pups played well beyond their years.
Jeremy, who would ever think in the 6A West, what a game with two freshmen leading the way?
Yeah, they they're well, beyond their years. They've played a lot of basketball, but they haven't played a lot of basketball on this stage. So I'm very, very impressed with how they responded tonight. And the lead went back and forth some. There was some adversity, and that's the best they've handled it so far for us. So really excited about their growth that took place tonight.
Yeah.
Now, staying in the 6A West, league-leading Fayetteville moved to 5-0 in the conference with its 69-61 win against Rogers Heritage. Landon Glasper, he filled up the stat sheet for the Purple Dogs, had 31 points in the big win. Now, Heritage did throw a big scare into the Bulldogs in the fourth quarter, but Fayetteville closed out the win down the stretch. Springdale Harbor rode to a 66-41 win against Rogers, and Bentonville West got 21 points from Riley Bacino and 19 from Tucker Anderson in a 75-53 win against Fort Smith Southside. That was the third straight conference win for the Wolverines. Now, in the 6A West girls on Tuesday, Springdale Harbor built a 20-point halftime lead, and they cruised to a 58-33 win against Rogers. Kaylin Coons had 14 points to lead the first-place Lady Wildcats. Now, she was one of four players in double figures for Harbor, which moved to 5-0 in the West. In other 6A West girls action on Tuesday, Jada Brown scored 23 points to lead Bentonville to a 63-40 win against Springdale. Rogers Heritage, now they trailed after three quarters, but they dominated the final 8 minutes, outscoring Fayetteville 25-10 to pull away for the 59-53 win, and Bentonville West also earned a win against Fort Smith Southside. Photos like the one seen in today's show can be seen and purchased on our website at nwaonline.com/photo. So be sure and check those out online or in the digital edition of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. If you'd like to see more photos like these from our award-winning NWADG photographers, they are featured in the digital edition every day for subscribers to the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Now, the game of the night in the state of Arkansas was played in Farmington as the #1 Lady Cardinals hosted unbeaten Gentry in a 4A1 conference headliner. Farmington used an 11-0 run in the first quarter to grab the lead, and they never let it go. University of Arkansas commit Jenna Lawrence scored 21 points for Farmington, and Carson Dillard scored 17. Dillard said her team took care of business Tuesday night.
Carson, they came in, undefeated. I'm sure that was kind of on your mind in the preparation coming in. Kind of how much of that was talked about, how much of that was like, wanting to really step up your game?
It was talked all over the state, to be honest. We were hearing it from people around here, down south, everywhere. This is a big game, and we went out and took care of business, so I'm proud of my team.
Farmington coach Brad Johnson praised the play of his dynamic duo of Dillard and Lawrence in the win.
Is there anything Jenna Lawrence cannot do? Tonight she had a drop step, she had a couple of mid-range shots, she knocked down a three. You guys got her an alley-oop.
She's special, and there's I've said this a bunch, there's a lot of layers to that young lady's game, and I'm learning more and more about her every single day. And she's a kid that can step out and shoot it. She's a mismatch in the post. She's extremely athletic. She's a willing passer. And you saw her tonight root down defensive rebound and lead us in transition.
Right.
And that's not the norm for a 6'3" kid. So special talent, unbelievable teammate. And
that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, unbelievable teammate. And her teammates love playing alongside her, and because of who she is, her talent, but because of the work ethic that she shows every single day. And so we're certainly proud that she's part of our family. And again, I think her potential is limitless, and she's only really scratching the surface.
She has a nice inside-outside game, it looks like, with both Shirey and with Carson Dillon.
Yeah, and that's, we can move her inside. We got a couple of kids that can really shoot it on outside, and Carson Dillard is an elite level shooter. Bree Shirey is an elite level shooter. And then, you package that with some of the other kids we have, and they just do a really good job of playing off one another. The ball moves, and you don't see the basketball stick much with us offensively. We're always trying to think one pass ahead. And man, it's a versatile team, special team, a lot of fun to coach.
Gentry coach Toby Teveball said his team made too many mistakes against a good team like Farmington.
Come back, made it a close game in the fourth quarter. But what do you take out of this game moving forward for you guys?
Well, they're really good. I thought we played a really excellent first half. We made some mistakes. We didn't defend their sets very well. Let some of their best players get some clean looks. I wasn't happy about that. We've been quarantined, and I haven't been able to practice. We've had 1 day of practice this week. So some of that was our preparation. We couldn't prepare like we would have liked to. But take nothing away from them. They're a great team.
Now, also on Tuesday night, Fort Smith Northside made it a night to remember as the boys and girls teams finally got to play a game in their plush new arena over at Northside. Now, both Northside teams made successful debuts as the Lady Bears held off upset-minded Cabot 50-44, and the Northside boys rolled to a 67-53 win against Cabot. So congratulations to Northside on opening that beautiful new arena at Fort Smith Northside. Now, you can get even more prep sports news on teams from the River Valley and the Northwest Arkansas area with our weekly Prep Rally podcast, which can be heard on SoundCloud, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher. The Prep Rally podcast drops every Wednesday throughout the school year. And in 5A West boys action on Tuesday, Alma rode to a 61-53 win against rival Greenwood, and the Farmington boys got point production from a lot of different players in a big win over Gentry at home on Tuesday night. Now, before we leave, we want to congratulate Rogers Heritage senior Micah Hill, who scored his 1,000th career point last night, and also major props to former Harbor star Carrington Whaley, who hit the 1,000-point mark for Henderson State last week. I also want to mention that former Farmington Cardinal star Matthew Wilson hit his second game-winning shot of the season for Arkansas Fort Smith. That's it for this week's edition of Prep Rally. We'll be back next week to recap another exciting round of prep basketball. Thanks for watching.